Today, real estate expert Kashif Sohail will go to Eastern Shore, Maryland. After watching this video, you'll be much more knowledgeable about Eastern Shore of Maryland. Realtor Kashif Sohail will explain about Bay Bridge, Easton Airport and much more. We're going to Eastern Shore, Maryland from Anne Arundel County. Let's cross Bay Bridge and learn about it. The Chesapeake Bay Bridge, or Bay Bridge, is a major dual-span bridge in the U.S. state of Maryland. Spanning the Chesapeake Bay, it connects the state's rural Eastern Shore region with the urban Western Shore, between Stevensville and the capital city of Annapolis. The original span, opened in 1952 and with a length of 4.3 miles, was the longest continuous overwater steel structure in the world. The parallel span was added in 1973. The bridge is part of U.S. Route 50, U.S. 50, and U.S. 301, and serves as a vital link in both routes. As part of cross-country U.S. 50, it connects the Baltimore-Washington metropolitan area with Ocean City, Maryland, Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, and other coastal tourist resort destinations. As part of U.S. 301, it serves as an alternative route for Interstate 95 travelers, between northern Delaware and the Washington, D.C. area. Through this linkage, the bridge is busy and has become known as a point of traffic congestion, particularly during peak hours and summer months. The bridge's role in transportation was filled by ferries prior to the first span's construction. An annual 10K run across the bridge has been organized on and off since 1975. The bridge's economic impact on the areas it connects has been significant, with both Queen Anne's County and Ocean City expanding significantly since the bridge's construction. Future expansion of the bridge has been discussed since 2004, with a task force formed to investigate the possibility of building a third span. Through its height, the narrowness of the spans, there are no hard shoulders, the low guardrails, and the frequency of high winds, it is often cited as one of the scariest bridges in the United States. Several weather-related incidents have caused complete closures of the bridge. Due to extreme weather, the bridge has been closed 4 times. The first time was in 2003, during Hurricane Isabel and its high winds. On August 27, 2011, the bridge was closed to all traffic due to the impact of Hurricane Irene. Then Governor Martin O'Malley ordered the bridge closed when sustained winds exceeded 55 miles per hour. On October 29, 2012, the bridge was closed due to the effects of Hurricane Sandy. On March 6, 2013, during the March 2013 nor'easter, high winds again caused the bridge to be closed. On August 10, 2008, a tractor-trailer involved in a head-on collision near the West End fell from the bridge. The driver died in the crash. The incident highlighted concerns the bridge may not be structurally safe, but the Maryland Transportation Authority discounted any structural or engineering problems with it. Inspections of the wall in the weeks following the accident revealed there was deterioration in the corrosion of the steel reinforcements inside barriers. This prompted immediate repairs to the wall. With shore-to-shore lengths of 4.33 and 4.35 miles, the two spans of the bridge form the longest fixed water crossing in Maryland. The bridge's western terminus is in Sandy Point State Park, located northeast of Annapolis in Anne Arundel County, and its eastern terminus is in Stevensville on Kent Island in Queen Anne's County. The two spans are relatively similar in height, with the older span at 354 feet and the newer span at 379 feet. Except for the number of lanes on each, 2 on the original span and 3 on the newer span, and differences due to the design standards for the periods in which they were built, the spans are structurally similar. Traffic patterns on the bridge's 5 lanes can be adjusted via its lane control system, which consists of overhead lane control signals on both spans and approaches. Typically, the 2 lanes on the southmost span are configured for vehicles traveling east on eastbound US 50, US 301, while the 3 lanes on the northmost span are configured for vehicles traveling west on westbound US 50, US 301. The spans are therefore referred to as the eastbound span and westbound span, respectively. However, this pattern is adjusted during incidents or peak travel times. For instance, on weekends when there is a high volume of beachbound traffic, 1 lane on the westbound span is configured for eastbound traffic. In January 2020, Governor Larry Hogan announced the toll booths on the eastbound side of the bridge were being removed in preparation for all electronic tolling on the Kent Island side of the eastbound bridge. The merged lanes directly tie into the 2 lanes on the eastbound bridge. Since its construction, the bridge has made significant impacts on both sides of the bay. Among them has been the growth of Eastern Shore communities. When the bridge opened in 1952, and again when the second span was added in 1973, the Eastern Shore was given easier access to Baltimore and Washington, causing areas in southern Queen Anne's County to develop as bedroom communities. This extension of the Baltimore-Washington suburbs has led Queen Anne's County to be listed as part of the Baltimore-Washington metropolitan area. The bridge has also given Ocean City easier access from the Western Shore, which has caused Ocean City to grow from a small town to one said to be the second largest city in Maryland during the summer. A study concluded that traffic across the bridge was expected to increase. A task force formed to explore the possibility of establishing a new Chesapeake Bay crossing. The task force concluded that a bridge would be the best option for an additional crossing, and 4 geographic locations for such a bridge were explored: Anne Arundel County to Queen Anne's County, the existing location, Baltimore County to Kent County, Anne Arundel or Calvert County to Talbot County, and Calvert County to Dorchester County. In late 2006, the task force released a report on the study, but did not make a final recommendation. Members of the task force requested additional time to continue the study. In 2020, the MTA announced 11 potential sites for a third span were rejected by 11 of 14 potential sites following a $5 million study into the impacts of an additional span. Significant environmental and economic impacts were identified, with a report stating that any additional crossing is expected to be multiple billions of dollars. Easton is an incorporated town and the county seat of Talbot County, Maryland. The population was 15,945 at the 2010 census, with an estimated population in 2019 of 16,671. The primary zip code is 21601, and the secondary is 21606. The primary phone exchange is 822, the auxiliary exchanges are 820, 763 and 770, and the area code is 410. According to the United States Census Bureau, the town has a total area of 10.67 square miles, of which 10.56 square miles is land and 0.11 square miles is water. The climate in this area is characterized by hot, humid summers and generally mild to cool winters. According to the Köppen climate classification system, Easton has a humid subtropical climate. Neighborhoods include Ashby Commons, Ashby Park, Chapel East, Crofton, Easton Club, Mulberry Station, Breckenridge, St. Albans Heights, Stony Ridge, Corbin Parkway, Matthews Town Run, The Hill, Goulton, Beechwood, South Beechwood, The Waylands, Calvert Terrace, Historic District. This is Easton Airport. Easton Airport, also known as Easton, Newnham Field, is a county-owned, public-use airport located 2 nautical miles north of the Central Business District of Easton, a town in Talbot County, Maryland. Easton Airport covers an area of 500 acres at an elevation of 72 feet above mean sea level. It has 2 asphalt-paved runways. There are precision approaches on runway 4 and 22. Runway 4 uses an ILS approach, while runway 22 uses a GPS or NDB approach. All 4 runways use Poppy precision approach lights to guide pilots on their final approach on landing. As of late 2007, an air traffic control tower was built on field due to numbers of aircraft at Easton Airport. Easton is now a Class D, Delta, controlled airport with a ceiling of 2,600 feet. For the 12-month period ending June 22, 2007, the airport had 160,000 aircraft operations, an average of 438 per day, 85% general aviation, 11% air taxi and 4% military. At that time, there were 170 aircraft based at this airport. 72% single-engine, 15% multi-engine, 9% jet and 5% helicopter. 1 on-field services include 100 LL and jet fuel, aircraft rental, aircraft sales, aircraft maintenance, aerial photography, flight school, charter flights, car rental, oxygen and tea hangars. eastern shore of Maryland consists of all counties east of the Chesapeake Bay, including Caroline, Cecil, Dorchester, Kent, Queen Anne's, Somerset, Talbot, Wicomico, and Worcester. The eastern shore offers excellent boating, biking, and birding among many other attractions. The eastern shore of Maryland is a part of Maryland, mostly on the east side of the Chesapeake Bay. It consists of 9 counties, 7 of which have Chesapeake Bay coastlines. The region also contains Maryland's only coast along the Atlantic Ocean. As of the 2010 census, its population was 449,226, with just under 8% of Marylanders living in the region, less populous than the city of Baltimore. The term Eastern Shore distinguishes a territorial part of Maryland from the Western Shore of Maryland, land west of the Chesapeake Bay. The Eastern Shore is part of the larger Delmarva Peninsula that Maryland shares with Delaware and Virginia. Developed in the colonial and federal period for agriculture, the Eastern Shore has remained a relatively rural region. The small city of Salisbury is the most populous community. 3 sectors dominate the economy: fishing along the coasts, especially for shellfish, including blue crab, farming, especially large-scale chicken farms, and tourism, especially centered on the Atlantic coast and beach resort of Ocean City. Due to its coastal and low-lying geography, the region is vulnerable to extreme weather events like hurricanes and larger environmental issues like climate change. The Eastern Shore consists of 9 Maryland counties on the Chesapeake Bay's eastern side, or eastern side of the Susquehanna River. The western border of Cecil County with Harford County. Pennsylvania borders across the Mason-Dixon line, with Delaware to the east and north, the Atlantic Ocean on the east, and Virginia's eastern shore on the south. Maryland's and Virginia's eastern shore, and all Delaware, form the Delmarva Peninsula. The counties in the eastern shore are Caroline, Cecil, Dorchester, Kent, Queen Anne's, Somerset, Talbot, Wicomico, and Worcester counties. To the south, the Calvert-Scarborough line separates Maryland from Virginia. While having different boundaries than in the 17th-18th century, the Eastern Shore's geographic definition was set once everyone agreed on where Watkins Point, on the western side of the peninsula, is and where the bay's shoreline began, since the bayside peters out into marshes and wetlands. The north-south section of the Mason-Dixon line forms the border between Maryland and Delaware. A stone originally marked every mile the border, and every 5 miles by a crownstone. The line is not quite due north and south, but is as straight as survey methods of the 1760s could make it. It was surveyed as a compromise solution to a century-long wrangle over colonial territory between the Penn and Calvert families of England. If the Chesapeake Bay, Delaware Bay watershed divide had been taken as the borderline, the state of Delaware would be about half its current size. As the Eastern Shore, particularly Ocean City, grew, further upgrades and realignments of US 50 took place. This work included the aforementioned 1973 completion of the second Bay Bridge span, the extension of the US 50 freeway eastward to the US 50, US 301 split in Queenstown, and the construction of a freeway bypass around the north side of Salisbury in 2002. Additionally, the road has been upgraded and realigned over the years, from its original 2-lane configuration to a 4-lane divided highway, with the last such section being in Vienna, bypassed in 1991.